or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Hi, this is Tom Osborne. Join me on September 23rd and dine at your favorite local Renza in support of Teammates Mentoring. 10% of Runza sales on September 23rd will benefit your local Teammates Mentoring chapter. Teammates Mentoring helps students reach their full potential by providing a caring adult mentor to meet with them once a week in school. Thank you for your support of Teammates Mentoring. We will see you at Runza on September 23rd.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Strap up your headgear and try not to hit the mat too hard. This is Takedown Tuesday with Nebraska Wrestling National Champion Ridge Lovett.
Oh my goodness. It hits up. Short time. Right down to the wire. And the drought is over. Nebraska with a national champion for the first time since 2011. What started in Post Falls, Idaho, is punctuated in Philadelphia. Ridge Lovett in his 6th year, a title winner.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by Stevens & Smith Construction and the Teammates Mentoring Program. With your look inside Husker Wrestling, here is your host, Ridge Lovett.
All right, welcome to another episode of Takedown Tuesday on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm your host, Ridge Lovett. With me today, Austin Norman, my boy LJ Aruja, and quick shout out to our sponsor, Stevens & Smith Construction. Takedown Tuesday on 93.7 The Ticket is sponsored by Stevens & Smith Construction. Stevens & Smith Construction is an employee-owned company with nearly 250 employees with over 2,000 years of service combined. They lead the industry as a full-service concrete company specializing in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. Stevens & Smith has locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City, and you can learn more today at stevenssmith.com. If you have any questions, comments, or questions, you can be a part of the show by texting our Starter Heyman Jewelers text line at 402-464-5685 or by leaving a comment on our Facebook, X, or YouTube stream. All right, so big week in the wrestling world. Men's freestyle at the World Championships wrapped up this morning. Team USA bringing home 3 golds, and we had 7 of our 10 athletes competing in medal matches. So all in all, pretty good weekend for USA. Men's freestyle finished 3rd behind Iran, who won it. Japan took 2nd, and we beat Russia, and they took 4th. So LJ, just a couple month ago.
Yeah.
A month ago, you were overseas. Where were you at?
It was in Bulgaria, the U20 World Championships.
U20 World Championships. You were representing Team Brazil, right? And got to go out there, experience your 2nd World Championships. Went out last year, won a bronze medal. Went out this year. Didn't have the finish we were hoping for. But what does it feel like to be able to, you're representing Brazil, but being able to go and compete at the World Championships?
I mean, it's really cool, but I mean, like, it's kind of weird because they don't have like it's not normal brackets like they do here in the US. It's like if you lose to a guy that doesn't make the finals, you're out of the tournament, right? So I mean, like PJ Duke out of the tournament, Spencer Lee out of the tournament. Like those guys lost to guys that didn't make the finals, so they didn't get a chance to wrestle for a medal match, So I was just thinking about that on the way over here. I was like, man, it's just like crazy that these guys are that good and they didn't even get a chance to wrestle for a medal,
Yeah, I think that they really need to change the way that they do the consolation side of the bracket. The repechage doesn't – I don't think that it gives the best wrestlers a chance to wrestle for a medal.
For sure.
But with wrestling, they do 2 third-place medals. They have 1st, 2nd, and then 3rd, right? There's no 3rd and 4th place match. So if you lose on your side of the bracket, like on the top side, and you drop into the consolation, and your guy makes the finals, so you get to wrestle in the repechage, and you only compete against the people that he beat, right? So like we were saying with PJ Duke, I don't know who he lost to. I can't remember. Oh, that guy lost in the semis.
Kaifanov. Yeah, he lost in the semis.
He lost in the semis. He beat Austin Gomez, who was representing Mexico. I wrestled him in the Michigan duel last 2 years ago. Right, he's from America. RBY, he lost to the.
He ended up getting pulled back in.
He got pulled back in. He lost.
Back in.
Who was that? Was that North Korea?
Mm.
That he lost to the kid from North Korea, which I think is crazy. That might be the biggest story of the World Championships is the North Korean wrestlers. They had 2 wrestlers wrestle in medal matches. One of them won it, 57 kilos. North Korea's very first world champ in men's freestyle. And then they had another one at 70 kilos.
I'm not sure.
65 kilos maybe, that lost for 3rd and 5th. Right. But, North Korea had a heck of a tournament. Coming out of it with the world champ is huge. The U.S. only had 3 world champs with Kyle Snyder, Zahid Valencia, and Trent Hidley. That dude, Trent.
Yeah, he kind of turned up. I did not expect him to win it.
Did you watch this finals match?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Down 8-0.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it was nuts.
Down 8-0. There was a challenge, and when I was watching it, I was nervous. I didn't know if they were going to win the challenge, what was going on.
Yeah.
But the way that they ref international matches is different than the way they ref freestyle in America.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way that they call their exposures, they're 4 points compared to 2. If you double leg someone and they throw you through, like they score it differently.
Yeah, for sure.
In America, we think about the feet to back stuff different than they do. They call their danger different. Because like in freestyle, if you throw somebody from their feet and they land on their shoulder and don't go to their back, in America, that's probably only going to be 2. But overseas, they say he landed in danger. He was on his shoulder. He didn't land on his belly. That's 4 points. Right. And so I was nervous. You never know when it goes to the challenges.
Even just like the guy gets in on a leg and they go chest wrap. The defensive guy goes chest wrap. They give the chest wrap guy points a lot more often than they do here.
They were doing that a little bit this morning for bronze at 92 kilos with Tazadinov and the wrestler from Bulgaria. I don't remember his name, but Taz wrestled really well, had to come back. But it was the same thing. The very end of the match, the Bulgarian chest wrapped him twice, and then they gave Tazadinov 2 and 1 somewhere. He finished on top, so he got 1 for the reversal. I don't know where they gave him his 2, but it ended up expanding his lead.
Yeah,
but every time it goes to the challenges, I never really know what to expect. It's kind of like
it's just so up to the refs. Like with freestyle, it's like if one ref thinks it was, that's what it is. It's too bad for you,
man. And typically with the international tournaments, the other countries aren't huge fans of the U.S.
Yeah.
So each country that has wrestlers competing in the tournament brings a referee, right? They send a referee over there. So hopefully you have a country who thinks the U.S. is cool. Yeah. Otherwise, a lot of times we kind of get hosed and we come out on the
I've noticed
side
that.
of that deal.
I really don't mind it. I've noticed like just being from Brazil, like I feel like refs kind of like almost cheer for you a little bit sometimes. I don't know. I feel like it's a lot more fair, at least for me, like overseas. Sometimes, like I notice, like the Americans though do get a little bit screwed over in calls.
Yeah, it's been that way for a while. Like the biggest examples of it would be with Kerry Colott back when he was trying to win world and Olympic titles in the 90s, early 2000s, where he won a match, walked off the mat. They were on the bus ride back to the hotel or wherever they were staying, and they called him and were like, "Hey, we reversed the match. You lost." What are you talking about? I won and then left the arena, and an hour later. They decided they rescored the match. And they're like, yeah, you lost.
So I thought he had to come back and wrestle or something.
That was
crazy.
the next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they changed the rule and they said that you're not allowed to just change the score. You have to re-wrestle it if you do that. So he wrestles, he wins, he's on his way back, he's done. And then they call him, same thing, call him again. They're like, hey, we rescored the match and it turns out that you lost. So you guys have to come back and re-wrestle. Right. So that's going to put you in a little mental battle with, I just beat this guy. Now I have to go beat him again. It was a barn burner. He was wrestling in Iran or one of those major wrestling countries, squeaks out a win, barely gets by. But then the other guy, he's over here thinking, I get another shot. I just lost, and now I get another chance? Really?
It's crazy. I don't know how they...
Kerry Colott ended up losing the second match. And then then there was something else the next year. It was 3 world championships in a row that they changed the rules because an American, Kerry Colott in specific, got hosed.
Yeah.
They just took matches from him.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Wins the match, takes it away. Next year, wins the match, go wrestle again, loses. Then the next year, I think that because he got the guy super tired and he kept untying his shoes. He would just untie his shoes, and he would look at the ref like, "Hey, I have to tie my shoes. I have to tie my shoes." So then he would give him a break. He was sitting over there taking a bunch of injury time. That's the one thing also about freestyle that I can't stand is the unlimited injury time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because like with college, if you get hurt, you have 2 minutes?
Yeah,
2 minutes of injury time?
I think it's 2. And like the first one, it's
you lose the position.
Yeah. Other guy gets choice.
Yeah. So like if you call for injury time, you say you're hurt, then the ref will stop the match. They'll start your 2-minute timer. And once you're done, once you get taped up, whatever you have going on, then the other wrestler gets choice, right? If you were on your feet, the other guy can say, I choose bottom. So now he gets to start on bottom, try to get an escape. And
what's the second one? Isn't the
second one is a point and position.
Yeah.
So you get free point, and now you get to pick where you guys are going to wrestle, right? So in America, we do stuff to kind of push away from taking injury time unless you're actually hurt, right? If you're actually hurt, take your injury time. But you only have 2 minutes to figure out, hey, am I going to wrestle or not? With freestyle I guess even in America with the youth freestyle stuff, there is no injury time. If you get hurt or you don't get hurt and you just don't get up and you're like, oh, nope, I need a trainer. They'll bring the trainer over and you just sit there as long as you want until you're ready to go.
Well, something I've noticed too is just like the American like culture around wrestling, like guys that do that, it's so frowned upon here.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you take injury time and stuff, like they're yelling at you and stuff. Like overseas, the foreign guys all do that stuff. They're all like, oh, I'm hurt, I can't come back, I need a break. It's so different.
You see it a lot when they're wrestling Americans because our pace is much higher.
Yeah.
Right. Folk style wrestling has a much higher like attack rate, a lot more intensity during the match, in the hand fight, with the shots, fighting through shots. Freestyle, like internationally, is a lot more like a game.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're not like, their stances are different. They're not like a traditional wrestling stance like we are, where we're real low. They stand. Some of them are just bend over at their waist. Their legs are straight.
Yeah.
They just stand there and stick their arms out.
Yeah.
And they explode into a shot. So it's a little bit different stylistically. And what we see a lot is the Americans wearing out foreigners. And then injury time. Bring me the cold spray.
Yeah.
The cold spray. When you get hurt, so like in America, we tape it up, do whatever. But overseas, they have like cold spray. So like you spray it, it's cold, like spray up real quick. You're like, all right, are you ready? I was like, dude, I just tore my ACL. What's that gonna do?
Yeah, but now it's cold, so I'm good to go.
Yeah, a little bit of spray.
Yeah,
it
doesn't really. It does. I had it in my bronze medal match. I was wrestling a Russian guy a couple years ago in Spain, and I think I was winning or whatever, but there was like short time left, and I sprained my LCL like for sure. The next day I could barely walk. I jacked it up pretty good, and I like was hurt, and they're like, wait, cold spray. I was like, I don't need the cold spray. It's fine. Like it's not gonna do anything for me.
I need a new ligament. Got any of those around?
Yeah, they love the cold spray. They love it, and I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. I guess maybe a little cooling it down real quick might help.
It feels like I think it might just be like biofreeze or something like that. That's what it feels like. But I mean, like in a match, it's not really.
I've never had them sprayed on me. Like, how long is it cold for?
Not that long.
Like just a couple seconds.
You get up and you're like, oh, it's kind of cold, and then you're like, you don't really notice it.
So it's like compressed air. They just get you right real quick. Like, all right, go get them.
It doesn't really. I don't get the point of it, but they love the cold spray.
They do love it. It's insane. Laying there asking for the trainer, they come over, spray it up. But I have an OW for this weekend. I don't know how much of it you watched. It is tough to watch because where are they wrestling? Croatia?
Yeah, it's in Croatia.
They're in Zagreb, Croatia. So wrestling starts every day at 3:30 a.m. Right? So a lot of it I'm playing catch up, trying to catch up to the matches. I get to watch the semis, the finals, and the backside live because that doesn't start till 9 and then 11? Finals have been going at 11. Like this morning, I got to watch Cal Snyder. I got to watch some of those matches. Snyder looked good.
Yeah, he did.
That dude just won an Olympic silver medal a couple of years ago. Lost to Tazadinov in the finals. I was really hoping for a Cal Snyder rematch.
I don't know about that for Snyder.
Hey, dude, I don't know. He beat the Iranian.
Yeah, I know, but just like stylistic matchups, maybe I think it helps Snyder to wrestle the Iranian over Tazadinov.
But the biggest thing that I thought we were missing at that same weight was no Sajalayev.
Yeah.
They declined his visa. It's from what I was reading, it was a little bit his fault, a little bit politics stuff, because he tried to get a tourist visa to go wrestle at some tournament, and they told him no because he had been outspoken about the war on Ukraine with Russia, supporting Russia. So they said no to his visa, and I think they banned him from international travel on a tourist visa for like 5 years. So he's not allowed to leave the country as a tourist for 5 years, right? And you can do it. He could have done it like through whatever Russia's sporting agency is, where they cover all their international traveling events, but he didn't. So no Sadulayev, which he's the pound for pound best wrestler in the world, right? He's only lost. I've only ever seen him lose twice. Once to Kyle Snyder, the first time they wrestled at the World Championships. And then after that, it was all Sadulayev. I don't know. He didn't lose another match until he like broke his neck.
I think he lost to Takedown. Yeah.
He had neck surgery right after that.
But I'm sure it's a lot harder for him. Like, especially it's not really Russia. It's like the UWW. They're just like athletes there. So I'm sure they don't really get the privileges of actually like wrestling for a country, you know? So I'm sure that makes it a lot harder for them to try to travel and stuff, you know?
Because since all the Ukraine stuff started a couple of years ago, they banned the Russian athletes.
They've been banned for a while.
Well, it all started with the steroids. Yes. Started a long time ago with the steroid stuff, banned them from one Olympics. But now all of the Russian wrestlers, they don't wrestle under Russia. They wrestle under UWW, which is the United World Wrestling.
Yeah.
So like they don't wear their flags, they don't wear uniforms, they wear UWW singlets. There's 0 Russian flags at the World Championships, which I'm 50-50 on that, which I do understand. Yeah, like they're doing bad things. But at the same time, like sports have always been a way to kind of like get away from the politics of it all. Right. But I don't know.
Is wrestling a very political sport? Like you guys are traveling everywhere. I've heard about all the stories, all the places you've been. Does this sort of stuff come up a lot, or is it kind of a big deal that it's coming up now?
It's a big deal because it's Sadulayev, right? He is the best wrestler in the world. Like really not close. So it sucked that we missed out on him because it would have been a rematch with him and Tazadinov, who he lost to. It was the second match I've ever seen him lose. And he didn't get to wrestle Kyle Snyder, right? Obviously, we're cheering for Kyle Snyder in that one. I don't have a choice in the Tazadinov Sadulayev match because to me, they're pretty much the same person. They trained at the same school.
Well, no. Tazadinov was Sadulayev's like student. Almost.
Yes, they wrestled.
He coached him.
They both wrestled at the Sadulayev School of Wrestling in Pakistan.
It's crazy.
And now Tazadinov wrestles for Bahrain, and we see that a lot. Like America,
all the Russians leave.
If you're not the number one guy, you're not going to have a chance to wrestle. Even if you win the spot, you're not going to wrestle. They're sending their guy, right? Because Sidikov lost to somebody.
Sidikov lost to
I can't remember who he lost to.
Valiev.
He lost to
Sherman Valiev. He's also another Russian guy,
but he was wrestling for
Albania. He wrestles for Albania.
Right. We're starting to see it a little bit with the Americans. Like RBY wrestles for Mexico. Austin Gomez wrestles for Mexico. You're wrestling for Brazil. Omar for Puerto Rico. Mikey Labs, former Husker, was at the World Championships this weekend. He was wrestling for Puerto Rico. Who else do we got? There's a couple more. Stevan Micic wrestles for
Croatia.
Serbia.
Serbia.
Right. So we're kind of starting to see it with the Americans kind of starting to spread out. But the Russians, it's like you go to the World Championships, and if you make it to the finals, the odds of you wrestling more than one Russian are extremely high. Extremely high. Because they wrestle for Bahrain, Belarus, all those Eastern Bloc countries, they're all over it.
I mean, they're sprinkled all over Europe even, because sometimes you'll wrestle guys from like random European countries that aren't known for wrestling, and they'll just have studs that are just Russian guys wrestling for the country.
A couple of them wrestle for Greece.
Yeah.
Musakayev with Hungary,
yeah.
right? So they're kind of spread out all over the place, and having to beat one Russian is hard enough, but when you have to go to the World Championships and wrestle 4 of them, like, whew.
Well, I'm sure they probably think the same way about the U.S. guys.
Now they do. Now they do. We're starting to spread out a little bit.
But they're trying to crack down on that stuff. I know, because
the U.S. is.
Yeah. Well, just like UWW, like there's they charge like crazy amounts of money to transfer. They can transfer fees. Like if you want to go wrestle for another country, there's like $100,000 dollar transfer fee and stuff for certain countries. It's kind of weird.
Well, a lot of those countries, like, because the U.S. is the only one where our Olympic sports are privately funded. The rest of them, that's all government money. Like Russia, their wrestling team, they travel on Russia's dime.
Yeah, same with Brazil. Brazil's the same way, but they don't. Brazil doesn't pay for all the weight classes, only Olympic weight classes.
Okay. So okay. I didn't know that.
But yeah, a lot of countries all like they're the government pays for the sport.
Mm-hmm. Like when Chamizo moved to Italy from Cuba, they welcomed him with open arms. Like, heck yeah, this dude's a world champ.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
Uh-huh.
We got a dog in him. Like, for sure. We'll pay the fees.
Yeah.
We'll do all that. But with the Americans, a lot of it, we don't want them to leave USA Wrestling. But at the same time, like if we can send 2 or 3 guys per weight to the World Championships, it's like, yeah, RBY might have won for Mexico, but
US
he's an American. He's an American.
Yeah.
He grew up in Arizona. He went to Penn State. He won the World Championships wearing a Mexico singlet. It's just a singlet at that point. He's from America. He still lives and trains in Stillwater, Oklahoma.
But I mean, it's still huge for those countries because, like, I mean, you got to think about them trying to start their wrestling in youth. Like, if they don't ever have guys that are on the podium or placing at Worlds, like little kids don't have anybody to look up to. Nobody's like, oh, well, we're not good at wrestling. I'm never going to get into that, you know? So when you have guys like that, even just wearing the singlet, they're like, oh, it's a Mexican guy in the front. Like, it inspires the youth.
Absolutely.
LJ, who'd you look up to?
Me?
Yeah.
Just, I mean, in the U.S., I looked up to a lot of the different guys here, like JB. I mean, David Taylor. I mean, like all these big name guys.
He wrestles from Brazil, but he's from North Dakota.
Yeah, I'm from North Dakota. Yeah,
let's not get it twisted.
Yeah, my dad's from Brazil. My dad grew up there, so he's about 20 years old, and then moved to the U.S. Well, he came to the U.S. through like a trainee program to learn about farming here. Got put on a random farm in North Dakota and met my mom there, and then the rest is history. But yeah, it's kind of crazy.
But yeah, so I think it's a good thing that the U.S. is starting to spread out. I do understand that wanting to keep them here. And I get UWW as well, like up in the transfer fees. 1, they're going to make a bunch of money off of it.
Yeah.
And 2, right, we want people to represent their countries. But I don't know. I think it's better for wrestling if there's the level of I don't even know what I'm trying to say. The level of wrestling is higher sending RBY to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So now we're going to have Spencer Lee and RBY at 57 kilos from the U.S. Like that's better than Spencer Lee and whoever Mexico sends otherwise. Right. So that way
they probably wouldn't send anybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Most countries don't. Like most countries, you have to do this. You have to get like a certain medal. Like in Brazil, I know they don't pay for you to go unless you get like silver at the Pan Am games.
Man, and that's tough to do.
Yeah.
Right. Because usually the U.S. kind of cleans house at Pan Ams. We come home with a bunch of gold medals, bunch of medals of any color. We pretty much place it every single weight. And then Cuba usually has some dogs in there, right? Canada wrestled well at the World Championships.
But another thing, Canadians, a lot of them are American guys too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them are American. They're Canadians, but they just come to the U.S. and wrestle in the U.S.
Mm-hmm. Like Lachlan McNeil. He came on a visit late last year. He was looking to transfer from North Carolina. He's originally from Canada. Mm-hmm. Did he go to Wyoming Seminary?
I think so.
Yeah, he went to one of the major wrestling prep schools up on the East Coast, went to North Carolina, just transferred to Michigan. So we're going to have to get my boy Chance Lamer to go out there and kick some butt. We'll get him ready.
Yes, sir.
We got our transfer. We'll be all right. And with that, we'll send you guys to break. You're listening to Takedown Tuesday on 93.7 The Ticket.
Over 75% of the patients that come to Limitless Male have been told over and over again by their primary care providers that their testosterone level is fine. Guess what? If you have all the symptoms of low testosterone, you're not fine. Come get a second opinion at Limitless Male. We have helped tens of thousands of men feel optimal again, and we can help you. Stop waiting. Come see the men's health experts. Book your free consult online at limitlessmale.com.
Hi, this is Tom Osborne. Join me on September 23rd and dine at your favorite local Renza in support of Teammates Mentoring. 10% of Renza sales on September 23rd will benefit your local Teammates Mentoring chapter. Teammates Mentoring helps students reach their full potential by providing a caring adult mentor to meet with them once a week in school. Thank you for your support of Teammates Mentoring. We will see you at Runza on September 23rd.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your love of the game could put $1 million in your pocket. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with prizes all season long. Weekly cash prizes up to $1,000 cash. Season-long leaderboards, and a chance to win $1 million. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's specials through September 16th are $1 off ready-to-eat meals, 20% off all pasta, and 8-ounce grass-fed, grass-finished sirloins for $9 each. Plus, stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East or Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North. Locations at 84th and Half Block, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today. We'll see mostly sunny skies with light wind. It'll be hot with an afternoon high near 90. Tonight, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Otherwise, mainly cloudy skies. Below near 65. And tomorrow, a chance of showers and storms throughout the day. See a high near 80. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Since 1983, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs has been a trusted and reliable company in Lincoln and the surrounding areas. Fast Mike's handles all sides of construction projects, home renovations, or big cleanouts. With the perfect size dumpster to fit your needs, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs will haul it all. With same-day delivery in Lincoln, affordable rates, and top-notch service, Fast Mike's Roll-Offs make cleanup quick and easy. Call now at 402-450-6828 or visit us online at fastmikesrolloff.com. Book your dumpster today. Fast Mike's Roll-Offs, cleanup made simple.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
This is your invite to Lincoln's Oktoberfest. On Saturday, September 27th, come to Beer House at 8th and P in the Haymarket from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. for a full day of German fun. Live bands, mouth-watering food, cold brews, and games for every age. Try your hand at Steinholding, Cornhole, or bring friends for Hammerschlagen. Admission is just $9 in advance, and VIP gives you tokens, a Stein, rooftop access, and more. Lincoln's Oktoberfest, where the beer is flowing, the food is sizzling, and the spirit is Bavarian strong. Be there.
With your look inside Husker Wrestling, here is your host, Ridge Lovett, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Takedown Tuesday on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm your host, Ridge Lovett. With me today, Austin Orman, my boy LJ Aruja. So we were just talking about the World Championships and a quick little rundown of how we did. So Kyle Snyder, first place. Trent Hidley, first place. Zahid Valencia did not get scored on in his route to his world title. He looked super, super impressive. We had Real Woods wrestling back through the backside to take third. Levi Haynes to take second. Then we had David Carr and Jax Forrest take fifth. Right. So not the best finish. And to be honest, I think in the US we're a little bit spoiled with how our team typically does at the World Championships.
Yeah, I mean, usually we do really well.
Mm-hmm. With the people we've had coming through in the past, right? We had Jordan Burroughs, one of the greatest wrestlers the world's ever seen, the greatest American wrestler of all time. Kyle Dake, 4-time NCAA champ at 4 different weights. He won 4 or 5 world titles. David Taylor, 2-time NCAA champ, two-time Hodge Trophy winner. He won 4 or 5 world and Olympic titles. Right. So we've had some of the biggest names the US has seen in wrestling ever come through in the past 10 years. Right. So we kind of get used to this idea of when we go to the World Championships, we win. We bring home a bunch of golds, bring home a bunch of medals. Usually we're right there in contention for a team title. Typically it's us and Russia. But Japan, since the 2024 Olympics, has been wrestling out of their minds.
Mm-hmm.
And
looking really good.
Did you have any time to train down in Brazil with any of those guys?
Not really.
Not really. See, I'm super interested to see what they're doing that makes them elite, right? Because they cleaned house at the 2024 Olympics. Wasn't super competitive team score wise, right? The matches were competitive, but Japan kind of blew everybody out of the water there.
Japan's doing really good. Heard their practices are really long.
Mm-hmm.
Which it would be really cool if I could figure out one way to get over there or something and train, because I know Brazil does do things like their Greco team went over to Iran and trained for like a month before the World Championships, which was pretty cool. So it'd be cool if I could get into something like that once I start wrestling senior level for Brazil.
That would be cool. Japan, one thing that I have noticed is that all of their guys wrestle similarly. Right. They all have a really good sweep single, whether it's right leg or left leg, straight into a leg lace. Right. And every single athlete on their team shoots that same shot. And we've seen the Japanese women do really well in the past, but the men doing what they're doing right now is new. Right. The Japanese women's team I don't know how many world championships they won as a team. It's got to be up there. They've been winning them since women's wrestling got put into the Olympics. They've been super successful. Won a lot. And I did have the opportunity in 2017 when I was at the World Championships to watch them do a workout.
I got the numbers, Ridge. In all, Japan has won 27 out of 33 World Championships and has never finished lower than third.
That's for the women's team?
For the women's team.
That's what I'm saying. They're insane, dude. And when they were doing their warm-ups, because like Greco went the day before, so women's freestyle was starting the next day. And when they were doing their warm-ups, they were like, everything was completely in sync. They were doing like high knees and the entire team was going in sync. So like it was kind of fun to watch because it was almost like a show, but their women's team is elite and their men's team has been wrestling outstanding.
What I've noticed about Japan is they're really, really good with the step out.
Mm-hmm.
The step outs and just like knowing where they're at, like just their positioning, everything. Like they get the step out points, which I think is huge just with the freestyle wrestling.
Man, you just made me think of David Carr's match against Sidikov. David Carr was winning and got pushed out with 5 seconds left to go down 1. Oh my goodness. Sidikov, he's same athlete. He's from Russia. He beat JB at the World Championships in the finals twice. And both of those matches went almost the exact same way as Sidikov and Carr, right? We're winning the entire time. And then he beat JB, he pushed him out with 1.2 seconds left. And then I think the other time he took him down with like 8 seconds left. And then this year he pushes David Carr out for 5 seconds. So yesterday for me, after watching that morning session, it was sad boy hours. I was so sad for my boy David. Because I got the opportunity to train with him a little bit after he lost at the US Open when he was at the US Open when he was getting ready for the World Team Trials. No, he had just won the World Team Trials, and then he came over before Final X to train with us, right? So I got to spend 2 or 3 days training with David Carr. Super good kid, super great athlete, and he was wrestling so good. But I think a big part of it is with being so used to wrestling folk style, right? Because we wrestle folk style from the time that we're 4 years old all the way through college, and now it's like, all right, okay, we're gonna change the rules,
Mhm.
right? The game that you've been playing your entire life and got really good at, okay, so here's a whole different rule set. Now compete with these guys who've been doing the same thing, but
Yeah.
with these rules, right? So I think a big part of it is going from folk style to freestyle. We just don't quite have the all around wrestling IQ, right? Like where you're out on the mat,
Mhm.
being able to listen to the ref, understanding, because with wrestling, the official languages are English and French. So you might have a referee who doesn't speak English. So having to be able to kind of
Most of them speak English.
Most of them
I've
do
noticed,
speak
yeah.
English. But if they don't, you might be in trouble.
They don't really speak much English. They just know like the terminology just for the
Mhm.
wrestling. Stop, passive. Like,
Right? But sometimes, like, I saw one of the kids when I was wrestling at the World Championships got confused because the referee was saying passive rouge. He was saying red in French, and he
yeah.
thought he was saying blue. So he thought he was calling me for passive, but he was getting put on the clock. Right? So it's just those little differences that, like, if you've never done it before, if you've never wrestled over there, you might not know. Right? So I think that might be a little bit of a problem, but right, like with Japan, with getting the push-out points, they know where they're at on the mat. They know how to wrestle freestyle. They know how to game it a little bit, right? But they've been wrestling insane since Monosuke Ono, right? He's going to Penn State. Rin Sakamoto, he was just there wrestling at 57 kilos. I think he took 7th, but he's on Oklahoma State's lineup.
he's U20.
Is he? He's
Yeah,
20.
he's U20 that in Sakamoto.
I guess that makes sense. He's still in college.
Mhm.
Did he wrestle at U20s?
Yeah, I saw him there.
How did he do?
I don't think he medaled.
No medal.
I think the guy he lost to didn't make the finals.
Right.
I watched a match. The guy had a really good cutback. It was a different thing I've ever seen. It was really weird, but he did it to Rin like 3 times in the match, got 4. Like I think he might have teched him with it, and then wrestled Marcus Blaze. That's the guy lost to Marcus Blaze. I think the guy was from Kyrgyzstan.
Okay.
But yeah, the guy had that. It was literally his only move, but it was a cutback, and he smoked him with it.
See, and like with that, like that, Rin Sakamoto doesn't get a chance to wrestle back for bronze. If we used the same bracketology that they do in international wrestling, we wouldn't have taken second to NCAAs this year.
Yeah.
Cam lost first match.
Yeah,
the kid he lost to didn't
guys.
make the finals.
Yeah.
You don't get a wrestle anymore. Your tournament's over. Bandy lost his first match. Tournament's over. Caleb Smith lost his second match. Tournament's over. Go home. That guy didn't make the finals. You go home.
Yeah,
right?
I mean it's heartbreaking. Like if you're at like the World Championships, like for me, I lost my first match, just wrestled a bad match, and I'm done. And
it's
the
weird.
Russian guy ended up getting bronze, and I'm like, I beat that guy. Like I know I could beat that guy. It's just really frustrating.
It is weird because now it's like you just lost this person, but now you have to cheer for him.
Yeah.
You have to hope that they win.
Yeah.
Like I hope you win the tournament so that way I get a wrestle.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like, yeah, you just flew all the way to Croatia to lose your first match, and that guy lost. And now you go home.
Yeah.
Sorry about
it
you.
sucks.
Right. So I wish that they would change that, but obviously I'm not on the UWW Rules Commission. Otherwise, that would have been changed a long time ago. But Trent Hidley wrestled insane. Down 8-0 challenge. If they lose the challenge, he goes home. Second place. You're done.
Mm-hmm.
And I just saw a clip of him right before we started the show where he was like, yeah, I said a little prayer and was asking, just give me one more chance. Just give me one more chance. They gave him that chance, and he was running that dude down, broke him, wrestling insane. His underhooks are outstanding.
He's so powerful.
So strong. Right. And we got to see him wrestle Eric Schultz. So former Husker. When was that? Last year? It was this year at the US Open. They wrestled, and it was pretty tight, but it ended the same way. Trent Hidley getting to his underhooks, finding those low ankles, finding those doubles, just insane. Another big one who I thought wrestled well. Obviously, Zahid blanked everybody, didn't get scored on.
Yeah.
Wrestled amazing. The switch from Arizona State to Oklahoma State did wonders for him.
Yeah, for sure.
Right, especially because he was wrestling against the one dude he couldn't beat.
Yeah.
He was making the finals, going to Final X every year, almost representing Team USA at the World Championships, losing to David Taylor. David Taylor takes over at Oklahoma State. Zahid makes the move over there. Now he runs through the World Championships. Didn't give up a point.
Beat
Wrestled
that
insane.
Gasimpour guy 7-0, and that dude is legit. Like,
He is
he's
legit.
really good.
He is legit.
He's known as one of the greatest in Iran right now. Like I know the Iranians are crazy about wrestling, but
Yeah, they might be my favorite international fans.
The Iranians,
they're
nuts.
They might be my favorite.
They're nuts.
They go there and they turn up at the World Championships. This is their Super Bowl. They love it because I'm pretty sure that they only do in wrestling, soccer, and cricket. I think those are their only 3 sports. So it's like they're wrestlers. If you win a World Championships for Iran, it's like people will pull up to your house like
you're
give
a
you the
celebrity.
keys to a Ferrari.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You're a celebrity,
right? And
we got a text for you guys.
Yeah.
From 1927. Any input on the U.S. switching to freestyle instead of folk style to better prepare for international wrestling, or do you like it the way it is?
So I'm 50-50 on it because I love folk style. The top bottom aspect, it just makes it. I think it's the best version of wrestling, right? Because it's the most comparative to like actually fighting, right? Because like in the UFC, if you take somebody down, you don't let them up. You hold them there the whole time. You do not let them up, right? And that's how folk style is. But since the entire world is not going to change, I think that doing like a freestyle and a Greco season in college would be best. Like do freestyle in the fall, Greco in the spring.
Like indoor, outdoor track.
Just like that. The only problems that I would see with it is that Greco doesn't bring in the numbers that freestyle does. So I think that fans and stuff would follow their freestyle teams, but then once it came to Greco season, they'd be like, whatever.
Why did the world go the opposite way of America, or did America go the opposite way of the rest of the world?
America went the opposite way of the rest of the world. Like the original wrestling, like in ancient Greece, when they had the Olympics, they were wrestling Greco.
Yeah.
I don't know what the rule set was then, but the idea, it was Greco. It was Greco-Roman, right? So then they adapted, okay, now you're allowed to grab legs. Let's put in freestyle. And then America, we just want to be different. We're like, yeah, we're going to do folk style. We'll make our own rules. How about that? So I think it would be a great idea. I think that we would see a lot more success at the World Championships and the Olympics, because like every sport that America like puts on a pedestal, like, yeah, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to be really good here. Football, I guess other countries do have football, but not like America. But if they started, they're not going to get close. Basketball, like we're starting to see people come in.
But that took 30 years.
It took 30 years. And still, America runs basketball. We see it every single year at the Olympics, right? They have Luka, they have Jokic. It doesn't matter. USA. Right. So
Rich Lovett for NCAA wrestling commissioner.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me make the rules. Allowed to spike your headgear, throw your headgear, do whatever you want, celebrate, have fun. Because they're trying to change that too. So the rule is if you spike your headgear after a match, you lose a team point. Whether it's happy or sad slam, you lose a team point.
Is it just the action, or does it actually have to hit the floor?
I don't
It has to hit the floor, because I remember Trelly faked it one match last year.
He did fake it.
He faked it one.
But they also got rid of, you're not allowed to slide your headgear across the
Really?
So you're not allowed to throw your headgear. So after my match, I would take it off and I would just slide it. I would like make an emphasis to like bowl it to my coaches, slide it to the corner. Now that is a team point. Could you imagine in a basketball game when it's coming right down to the very end, you dunk and you hang on the rim for a couple seconds, drop down. They're like, stop. Take 1 point away from Nebraska. You're up one and the team scored, like take 1 point away.
We've
off the
seen
board.
Almost the opposite of that. Before the game, the other team gets a point. If you hang on the rim or you dunk in pregame, other team gets a technical free throw. So you can start the game up 1-0 before there's been a second.
So stupid. You can lose team points after the duel. Like after the duel. Like the one that stands out the most to me was when we beat Ohio State my freshman year. It was the most fun, the most electric that we've had in a duel. I'll find the clip of Zay White getting the match-winning pin and send it to you because it was insane. I've never seen Devaney like that before. Never. People dropping their kids, jumping up, cheering. It was nuts. But Mikey won in overtime his first match, slammed his headgear, and it bounced probably 15 feet in the air. He spiked it. And then we lost another team point after the duel was over. Last match ends. And if you step on the mat, team point. If you're not wrestling, if you're not the active wrestler on the mat and you step on the mat, that's a team point. Control the mat violation. If the coaches step out there, man, your boy goes down, boom, drains a 3, and you step on the court clapping, stop. Nope. Take 1 point off. That's a 2 now.
Oh, you see college basketball coaches at mid-court all the time and nothing.
Wrestling,
I respect that from wrestling, though.
You
gotta
step on that mat. You step on that mat. That is a team point.
Sweet.
Just like that. They'll hold their fist out, say, yep. Unsportsmanlike, 1 point, control a mat. So, all right. So with that, we'll send it to break. You listen to Takedown Tuesday on 93.7 The Ticket.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's specials through September 16th are $1 off ready-to-eat meals, 20% off all pasta, and 8-ounce grass-fed, grass-finished sirloins for $9 each. Plus, stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East or Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Stocking top models from Can-Am, Kawasaki, Honda, Polaris, CF Moto, Suzuki, Yamaha, Indian Motorcycle, Sea-Doo, and Triton trailers. Score big on our massive selection of Can-Am side-by-sides with rebates up to $3,000 on select in-stock models. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered all under one roof with a large selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, motorcycles, and personal watercraft at their 27th and I-80 location. They can't wait to get you set up for football season.
This is your year where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your love of the game could put $1 million in your pocket. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with prizes all season long. Weekly cash prizes up to $1,000 cash, season-long leaderboards, and a chance to win $1 million. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska Insider today.
This is your invite to Lincoln's Oktoberfest. On Saturday, September 27th, come to Beer House at 8th and P in the Haymarket from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. for a full day of German fun. Live bands, mouth-watering food, cold brews, and games for every age. Try your hand at Steinholding, Cornhole, or bring friends for Hammerschlagen. Admission is just $9 in advance, and VIP gives you tokens, a Stein, rooftop access, and more. Lincoln's Oktoberfest, where the beer is flowing, the food is sizzling, and the spirit is Bavarian strong. Be there.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
It's nearly time for Bonsall Pool and Spa's Truckload event. From September 23rd through the 27th, stop by Bonsall Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard to see an actual truck full of hot tubs with special prices. You'll save up to $3,000 on all hot tubs and swim spas, as well as $1,500 on all saunas and cold plunges. Use Nebraska football's bye week well by stopping in on September 27th for refreshments and giveaways. That's Bonsall Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard in Lincoln.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
With your look inside Husker Wrestling, here is your host, Ridge Lovett, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Takedown Tuesday on 93.7 The Ticket. I'm your host, Rich Lovett. With me today, Austin Norman, LJ Aruja. So, LJ, you were redshirting last year behind Lenny.
Mm-hmm.
What big things did you pick up from your redshirt year, right? Redshirting, you have an opportunity to wrestle in a couple duels. You get to go to some open tournaments, travel with the team, but don't get a chance to really do the college season. So what were things that you learned and picked up through your time as a redshirt?
College wrestling's hard.
Mm-hmm.
You can lose to anybody if you're not ready to go. That's the main thing I learned is just to expect the guy. I wasn't ready at my first open for all the guys to be pretty good. They're nobodies, but they're all pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, just learning that I think is going to be huge for me this season, because I took some bad losses, guys I shouldn't have lost. I was better than, but I think just learning that and starting to figure it out helped me a lot.
And one thing that I see redshirts struggle with a little bit when they go to the open tournaments is, the guy you're wrestling might be D2, but this is his chance. This is his chance. He's wrestling a guy from Nebraska, right? They want to go to D1. They want to make that move up. So it's you get everything that they have,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, it's that is definitely true. When you walk into those open tournaments, you got to be ready to go. Was there anything else about travel with the team, school, different things that you learned to kind of help ease your way into this season?
I mean, just being on top of school is huge. Just getting your sleep down, just everything like that, and just managing your weight, I guess.
Man,
but
the coaches are on you all about your grades. They got weekly grade checks now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Ooh.
My grades are fine.
Yeah,
I'm in a hard major, but my grades are fine.
What's your major?
Mechanical engineering.
Okay, look at you, my boy.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, it seems like all around everybody so far is doing pretty good, right? Manning was listing off guys with all A's today, and there were 6 or 7 dudes that have all A's.
Yeah, quite a few.
Right, that's good. It's a great way to start the semester, because I was kind of talking to some of the guys earlier. I was like, hey, front run. Right now, we're getting into preseason. We're going to start wrestling a lot more here soon. But right now is your opportunity to lock into school and get way ahead. So once the grind really starts, you can kind of take it off. And if you mess up a little bit, you still be all right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that was Takedown Tuesday on 93.7 The Ticket. Thank you guys for listening. I'll see you next week.
Big news, Nebraska. Love Omaha is now Love Nebraska. This is more than just a new name. It's a tribute to what Nebraska represents in the world of volleyball. It's still the same team with the same mission, led by players you know and love. Now backed by a new ownership group led by Jordan Larson. As Love Nebraska, they're entering an exciting new chapter, pushing for a championship title in 2026 and building new opportunities for the next generation of players across the state. They want you with them. Let's show the world how Nebraska plays volleyball. Join the movement at lovneb.com and sign up to become a Love Nebraska Insider today.
Hi, this is Tom Osborne. Join me on September 23rd and dine at your favorite local Renza in support of Teammates Mentoring. 10% of Renza sales on September 23rd will benefit your local Teammates Mentoring chapter. Teammates Mentoring helps students reach their full potential by providing a caring adult mentor to meet with them once a week in school. Thank you for your support of Teammates Mentoring. We will see you at Runza on September 23rd.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Did you know that deer collisions are covered under the comprehensive portion of your car insurance? That means, like with hail damage or vandalism, since they are out of your control, they don't usually raise your insurance rates. And that's a good thing, since most deer don't carry liability insurance. At Eustace Body Shop, we fixed all kinds of animal collision damage, from cows to raccoons, bobcats, and even turkeys. We can't do much for the animal, but we can get your car back on all fours and looking like new again.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
It's nearly time for Bonzal Pool and Spa's truckload event. From September 23rd through the 27th, stop by Bonzal Pool and Spa at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard to see an actual truck full of hot tubs with special prices. You'll save up to $3,000 on all hot tubs and swim spas, as well as $1,500 on all saunas and cold plunges. Use Nebraska football's bye week